All right, welcome everybody to our July team call. Can't believe it's already July, but here we are. As usual, we're going to keep it short and sweet, hopefully informational. We've got some fun things to share that I'm looking forward to being able to share with you all. But we're definitely going to start off with some wins. So everybody on here is muted, but I will sit here awkwardly until we get enough wins to fill my heart. So it could be, you could make this a 45-minute call if you really wanted to use that time on your Monday night. So go ahead and if you can wave at me and I can unmute you, or just unmute yourself and share a win. Oh, somebody's being called out. Okay, Melissa has a win. Melissa, I'm unmuting you. Okay, here she comes.
I had an enrollment.
Yeah, you did.
I'm technically not even doing this right now, but I had somebody that contacted me and was like, sell me oils. And I was like, okay. And then we were like, okay, we're going to meet at Starbucks at this time. And I was like, dropping off the kids. We're still cool, right? And she was like, yeah, we're on our way. And I was like, what? And so she brought her husband, her newborn baby, and her 5-year-old with her. So, but yeah. But they signed right up. So, win.
You killed it.
It was pretty exciting, actually. That was like my first real like I had done my mom and my sister, and this was my first real one, I feel like. So yeah, it's exciting.
Thanks for sharing. You're so legit. It's the most fun thing in the world when somebody reaches out to you and is like, hey, I want to learn about oils. And you're like, yes.
Right.
And kudos to rolling with the punches and adapting to a whole crew in tow. Gary hates
Yeah, right.
He's not trying to be, he just hates that I said on the floor.
I offered her the two. Okay.
Yes, yeah, it's just a thing. It's just don't really, yeah. Okay, good. Thank you for sharing, Melissa. Let's do at least one more. Who else has a win? Emily has wins, I know that. Leslie has a win. Welcome to our team, Leslie, for one. And for two, she's got people talking to her about oils all the time, right, Leslie?
Yes. What exactly is a win? That's what I was trying to ask.
Poor Leslie. That is such a good question. Okay, so Leslie, welcome to this fun stuff here. What we usually do is we start out by talking about what are some things that have gone well. So it could be, I got on the call tonight. I talked to somebody about oils. I enrolled somebody. It can be anything. There's no right or wrong answer, but I think it's good to focus sometimes on the things that are going well. So that's a really good question, Leslie. Thank you.
But I have a win. I'm talking with someone. Hopefully she's going to sign up. She hasn't contacted me just yet, but she sounded very interested.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Leslie.
You're welcome.
Okay, why don't you wrap it up for us with one last win? Pull one from your many. I mean, just, pick one.
A win. I had a really lovely conversation. I met with a woman who is actually somebody that she was at Wendy's class, and she had texted me in advance a couple days before and was like, hey, I really, I don't want to waste your time. I will probably only buy one oil. What was the one for muscles again, and whatever. And I was like, even if you didn't buy anything, you wouldn't waste my time. Like, if you're still game, let's sit down and whatever. And she ended up enrolling with the kit. So, and expressed an interest in building in the future. So I'm super glad I ended up getting together with her. She was so lovely. It was one of those things supposed to last a half hour. I was there for an hour and a half, but she was really lovely. So it was worth it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I have had a couple of people lately who have been like, I don't want to waste your time. And I think to be able to say to somebody genuinely, like, you're not wasting my time and you don't have to buy, good fruit almost always comes from that. So I love it. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Mar, you guys hopped on. Okay, let's get rolling here. Thank you, everybody, for sharing your wins. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and I've got a PowerPoint like last time. So when I share my screen over to the PowerPoint and I pull it up, I can't see your faces. So you have to, or the chat. So you're going to have to unmute and tell me something if holler, okay? Won't be able to hear you. All right. So I think we should start off with some recognition. This is one of the wonderful things that we get to do as well. So our Fierce Oilers team, we had 23 new team members in June, which brings us to 742 Fierce Oilers. So we're working on that community feel and helping plug people in, and you guys are doing a really great job of that. So our top enroller in the month of June was Emily Rashid. So congratulations, Em. You had 4 enrollments. So way to go there. Maybe we'll have to do an interview on how exactly deconstruct that and how exactly you did that. The following people had 3 enrollments. We had Wendy Sorum. Laura Hadamio also had 3. And Danielle Wilson had 3 as well. So that's super wonderful for all of them. And 1 enrollment, we had Melissa Rashid, which she just shared about, which was awesome, and Janie Barada too. So just wanted to highlight the work that's being done, and that means more oils in people's homes and less people having to wake up without a doTERRA product to turn to, which is a great thing, okay? Okay, let's hop over to some announcements and promotions. So the theme you noticed changed over in Fierce Oilers. This month is all about customer love. I want to be more intentional about taking a whole month occasionally to really focus on giving back to our customers. Both those that are loyal and maybe those that have maybe not really learned how to incorporate their oils, even though we had the best intentions. So this month is all about that. You'll see in the pinned post the 6 different events that we have going on all across the country. And hopefully local people can find a place to go to, and we'll talk a little bit more about some of the things that that will be going on with the customer love theme. The education, oh, there we go. Our education spotlight is outdoors and summer fun. So actually today and tomorrow is doTERRA's Empowered Life series on that topic. And then our team call, we started to do a Fierce Oilers team call on that 3rd Monday of the month is June 16th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we'll be talking about outdoors and summer fun too. We try to keep them to 30 minutes. I've figured out how to incorporate a raffle, which has been really fun. So it's really fun. Usually when somebody says, yes, I'd like to share, like if one of you are thinking, I could probably do that, or I could probably wrap my mind around that, like 2 to 3 minutes sharing on a product or a topic, and then we all kind of divvy it up and it ends up being really fun. But this is a great thing to say to your customers if they're not in your local area, come be a part of this, because this is fostering our community too. All right, so that's
Hey, Amy and Heidi, real quick, back to that slide. So Lindsay's saying it's probably July 16th, a Monday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chatting. Okay.
I should have Lindsay proofread all of my stuff. Thank you, Lindsay. Yep, it's July 16th. Thank you. Thank you. It's over. Sorry. Obviously, a perfect trio was going on last month, but this is the month where they should be placing those 100 PV loyalty rewards orders. Remember that the Lifelong Vitality will be added. It will ship directly to them with a qualifying loyalty rewards order. And just a couple tips here for you. Make sure you get the follow-up appointments done. Tip number 1, do the follow-up appointment and get a chance to sit down with them and go over why this would be a good thing to take advantage of and how it will help them with their health goals. So maybe when you're giving the agenda for your follow-up appointment, you'd say something like, today we'll go over your new oils, how to order, and create a wish list for you because your order qualified you to get doTERRA's #1 product for free. You might say if you'd like to take advantage of that, whatever, but to be able to incorporate that into your follow-up appointment. And I do think that Emily's Lifelong Vitality outline, which is part of her sales conversation outline, it's under the Files tab in Fierce Leaders, has some really great nuggets about how to like sometimes my head swims with all the things that I could say about Lifelong Vitality, but there's a great outline for you there on the nuts and bolts of why this is a great product. And also, I don't know, Heidi, if you've done a video recording yet of your great, she has a phenomenal Lifelong Vitality outline or spiel. And so maybe if you have questions, you can ask her. I didn't ask her if I could say that, but if you have questions, you can reach out to her too. She's got some really great info on this. So make sure that your people who enrolled in June know about this, okay? All right, so the enrollment promotion this month is if you join with 100 PV enrollment order, you get a wild orange. And if it's 200 PV or higher, you'll get a Copaiba and a wild orange. There's some really great graphics that I'll post in Fierce Leaders for you guys to use. But look at this, buy the Aroma Touch Diffuse Kit, get this free. So it's all here for you, pretty graphic, amazing. Same thing for Family Essentials. You're looking at getting that wild orange for free. And then here's one with the Home Essentials. So it shows the wild orange and the Copaiba. I also have a document with tips about using these oils, you know, all of that. I will put that up in Fierce Leaders probably tonight for you to have access to. So a little bit of strategy here. I think it would be good to adapt your closing, whether you're doing that in a class or an appointment. You know, would say these are the 2 most popular kits. This is the Family Essentials, you know, 10 oils, smaller bottles. And this month you'll get a wild orange with it for free. And then on the Home Essentials kit, you would say, you know, bigger bottles, same 10 oils, a diffuser, and you're going to get a wild orange and Copaiba free this month. Okay, so to be able to include that in what you're saying it might seem obvious, but maybe not. I think this is a really great time to go back to people who were a little unsure. Maybe they picked out a kit that they preferred and they weren't ready to pull the trigger for whatever reason, or they had a spouse that talked them out of it or whatever. So go back to those people who were unsure and let them know about the great offers on the kits they had originally wanted. And I think it's really important to remember our little paper game? Like, it's probably been a while since you talked to them. They probably remember like this much about what you said. Like that deep blue oil for the oil for muscles might be all they remember about, or one was going to help me with my sleep. They don't remember much. So you might have to refresh them. Like, hey, let's connect, or, you know, you can probably refresh them on those 10 oils in 5 to 10 in a quick format, just so that they remember the value of the kit, because this out of the blue, they've probably forgotten the value. Okay, so remember that when you're connecting with people. Any questions about this promotion? I'm thinking probably not. It's pretty straightforward. So customer support, obviously we've got all these events with customer love. Get your people to events, love on them, interact with them. If you have somebody who can't make it, drop them a little gift in the mail. Save one of the make and takes. Maybe just send them a handwritten note and a sample of oil that you've been loving. One of my favorite things to do is to put a diffuser blend, like pre-mixed, into a 1/4 or 5/8 dram, and to put that in the mail, because sometimes it's just fun to have a pretty diffuser blend that's ready to go that I don't have to think about with a little note. So think about those kinds of things for your people who are maybe out of town or who can't make it. I think that's a great way to love on those people. Okay, BOGOs. Okay, guys. Until doTERRA announces, nobody knows this for sure. Like, until their Facebook page shows it and you get the email from corporate, like nobody, maybe a few high up people. I don't know this for sure, but in like year after year after year, historically, July has been a BOGO month. So I think one of the keys to success about anything is planning ahead and thinking ahead. So I want to make sure you guys feel ready for that if that's what happens in July, okay? I'm thinking it will be the week of, rumor is that it would be the week of July 23rd to the 27th. Okay. Oh, really quickly about, so wait until they announce for sure, because there's nothing worse than saying to your customer there's going to be a BOGO and then having an unhappy customer when there's not. Okay, that's number one. And number two is you should just let them order and do what they want throughout the month. And then if they want to get BOGOs on top of it and BOGOs happen, then great. They can add with those great deals onto what they've already ordered. So my support will be the same as it typically is on a BOGO week. I do Facebook Live videos to be able to offer education in Fierce Oilers for those, for the BOGO of the day. I like to do giveaways and offer that support. And then, you know, each morning and in general, I post outlines and images and uses for each BOGO in Fierce Leaders, so you can take that and turn around and use it with your customers. So I try and create that framework so it's a more peaceful week for you guys and caring for your customers that way. So here's some things that I would recommend that you do. You get to choose how you want to do this, but this is what I found to be really successful. This is what I would recommend. that you would have, I hope you already have this, a list of all your customers somewhere. I think it's great to have it in a spreadsheet. And what you're going to do is once doTERRA announces, you would let them know that BOGOs are happening and offer to let them know about the daily deal each morning so they can stay in the loop. I also have an outline for this, how to reach out to them, but most people find it helpful to get like a text, or for those who, you know, I have a couple people who are email of like, hey, this is the BOGO. Here's some tips of how you would use it, and to be able to offer that service. Here's what it costs, all of that. So have a list of your customers. We'll get that outline ready to go for you. Some other tips, I would plan on extra hours during BOGO week, that July 23rd to the 27th, map out some extra doTERRA hours. And if BOGOs don't happen, then you just have time for some more appointments or connecting with people. So plan on extra hours during that week. And like I said, get things ready to go ahead of time, because if or when doTERRA announces, you're going to want to be ready to go, so you don't have to worry too much about it. Okay. Summer Success 60-day event challenge is up and running. I hope you're in the Facebook group. So they, I think tonight was probably the first Zoom training on the Monday nights, and they're recording those. So that should all be there. If you're having any questions with that or any issues, then you can reach out to me and I can help you with that. But I think this is a great way, again, to do something fun and different and have some accountability in it too. Okay, so some of you, we're all, you know, some of us have been doing this year, some of this month, some of us weeks. It's all good. I want to talk a little bit about, so this month of July, like kind of collectively, has been selected as a push month for our team. So what is that? What does that even mean? So really what that means is, it's not anything scary. It means that together we're going to link arms and we're going to work towards our goals as a team. We're going to cheer each other on. We're going to support each other. You know, sometimes there are more, you know, you're putting in more hours or you're really focusing on this thing. It's typically a month when doTERRA is offering great promotions like they are this month, and probably BOGOs. So it's a month that we say, let's be really intentional about moving forward. And really, push months are only fun and feasible when we do it together, when we work together and support one another. So you'll notice in the post today for our goals, instead of for this week, I said for this month, so we would know how to cheer one another on and how to support each other. Because at the end of the day, no matter what happens at the end of July, we will have moved forward as a team, and we will have just like grown in our friendships and in supporting one another and all of that. So it's a really neat time. It's for good reason that we don't do this every month. But it's really special when these kinds of months come around. Okay, so are you guys ready for the big news? I can't see your face, but I would assume that you are. I really wish I could see your faces on this, but whatever. I'm just going to have to roll with it. So first, I want you guys to mark your calendars right now. I'm not going to announce what it is until you go and you mark your calendar on your phone or hopefully your paper calendar for August 27th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, so somebody is going to have to unmute themselves and say collectively when the group has done that. And then I'll tell you what's happening that night.
August the 27th at 8 p.m. Somebody asked what was the date again.
Yep, August 27th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Okay, I think are we good?
Okay, people marked it. Sorry, how do you like that? I'm the calendar boss. Okay, so this is going to be a celebration call. Sorry, my child is waking up. This is going to be a celebration call because I know that July will be wonderful no matter how it ends, and I want to celebrate what we create together and what we create individually. So we're planning in advance on a celebration, and we have special guests. I would love it if I could make you all guess who it is, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to play that game. I'm just going to tell you who it is. It's Natalie and Andy Goddard. Okay, so thanks to some help from Heidi, thank you Heidi, and some help from Brenda and Deborah Ann, we have gotten access to Natalie and Andy for a chunk of time on that evening because we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate what happened. We're going to hear from them. We're going to connect with them. For those of you who don't know, Natalie and Andy Goddard are like our up. They're probably like our great great-grandparents in our doTERRA tree. They have been doing doTERRA a long time. They're incredibly successful. I honestly think that they have, somebody can tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they get the largest paycheck out of everybody in the company each month. They're incredibly successful, and they're the sweetest people you'll ever meet. Like Emily and I laugh about this. I would walk across hot coals for a hug from Natalie Goddard, and I don't even like hugs. She's so sweet, and she acts like you're her best friend genuinely, and it's just really wonderful. So they're going to be on with us. And I just want to celebrate and mark that we linked arms in July and we worked hard and we cheered one another on. And I'm excited that they'll be a part of marking that for our team, for our fierce leaders. So thanks again to anybody who helps pull that off. All right. So we're kind of embarking on this month and the different things going on. And I just wanted to pull up the image and the quote that Wendy Soren found that's on our pinned post in Fierce Leaders. The best kinds of friendships are fierce friendships where you aggressively believe in each other, you defend each other, and you think the other deserves the world. And I think this so accurately depicts what our group is about. I think it's spot on. And I'm super excited. I think it's a privilege to be able to do this together. And yeah, I'm just really excited. I am. So we'll see what this month holds, and I'm excited to see how it all unfolds. Okay, let me stop sharing here for a minute. Okay, does anybody have any questions, anything? We went through a lot of different information. Anything that I missed? There's a lot that happened in the chat. Anything important I missed over there? No, I am getting a no. Okay. So that's it. It's Monday night. It's already the 2nd. We're like, time to get to it. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for being on the team call. I will put up the recording. I will put up the resources that I said I would right into Fierce Leaders so you have it. And let's just be proactive about keeping in touch in Fierce Leaders about things that are going well or things that are hard. And really seriously, let's cheer each other on and let each other in on the journey. All right. All right. Have a great evening, everybody.